Chairman, and dear senior Rotarians. There are a huge number of projects and topics which Rotarians deal with. Among these, water management has been one of the goals of the Rotary year, which have been appointed by our president since 2003 or before that. Why? Why should be water management so important among other Rotary services? To understand this, the best way is to have a brief review on the goals set by the future region plan. The areas of focus in the future region plan should be a quite well guide for all Rotarians to focus on, whether or not you are a pilot district. One of these are, of course, the water and sanitation itself. Another one is disease prevention and treatment. It is quite obvious that disease prevention and also treatment needs primarily hygiene, and which is impossible without water. And again, I don't think that we need to spend time on talking about whether or not child mortality is affected by lack of water. And basic education and literacy. As most of you, as all of you know, there are many children all over the world spending hours during daytime to walk, to fetch and carry water instead of going to school. And again, there are quite large number of ladies in the world who spend their time for fetching and carrying water instead of getting vocational trainings or instead of dealing with economical activities which can support their family budgets. Therefore, water management is again directly related with economic and community development. And the last but not the least, water management is related to conflict prevention. We may or may not see wars in the future because of water, but we already do have wars in the world which are caused by sharing of water. Therefore, water and sanitation projects we will conduct will contribute to the goals set by the Rotary Foundation in some way or another. Unfortunately, for most of the Rotarians who do not deal with water business in their professional lives, water projects which can be done by Rotary clubs seem to be quite difficult projects which include high level of technical expertise or intense engineering activities. I would like to spend some time to see that this is not so in fact. Of course, some projects may need only the implementation of a pipeline, which is in some cases not too much difficult. Another thing is another method to supply wells and supply water is wells and boreholes, which may include high cost, which may need technical details, but sometimes it may be as simple as this. So water projects are not always that difficult. Another method of supplying water is rainwater harvesting, which is the simplest and easiest way of supplying water. You only collect the water on the roof of a building and collect it in a tank, which is quite a simple project which can be realized by any Rotary Club. The filtering system at the bottom may not be necessary in many cases. And another thing is, I believe most of you have heard, is biosand filters, which looks like this one. I'm afraid it is not very clear because of the light in the room, but a biosand filter is very common in the Rotary world, and I believe many of you have heard about that, and it is available in the market. And it works as simple as that. The water comes into the filter from the bottom, and it passes 3 layers of sand in different granular size distribution, and it is collected by a perforated pipe at the bottom, which takes 95% of, which realizes 95% perfect sedimentation, and takes away 15 or 20% of the bacteria. This is a local solution, which is the yellow thing you see here is a piece of wood which is available in Madagascar and some countries. This is a very local solution, but very simple, but very effective water project. This wood is quite permeable and purifies water. This is being distributed by some Rotary clubs. Another is to, of course, reservoirs. Constructing a reservoir may be the only need of a community in some cases. They may have water, not enough daily, but collecting the water during night time when there is no demand may be necessary and enough for some cases. Of course, when we're talking about water management, supplying water for this or that community is a perfect project, but purifying or treating wastewater is supplying water for the future generations, which may be more important than directly supplying water. Therefore, water treatment projects or sanitation projects may be, of course, in our part of the world, I mean on 20B, it is possible to simply buy and donate a packaged water treatment plant. But some other places, institutional latrines are quite common in some African countries. This is a room of a toilet, and which contains 2 holes, and both of them are connected to a chamber, to a separate chamber at the bottom. This one is closed by concrete because it's full, and it is left to dry. After drying, it will be reused. This is how it looks like from the outside, and it is really a very simple sanitation project which can be realized by any project. We can do recycling systems, which is only separating the outcomes of bathrooms and toilets of the house, and the water coming out from the bathrooms can be reused for toilet wash, which is more than 30% of the need of any house. And the last thing I would like to talk about is constructed wetlands, and I'm afraid the drawing is not clear on the screen, but constructed wetland is a very simple, very cheap, both to install, both to construct, and both to operate a treatment plant. Then it is only a pool which is about 1 meter deep and 50 meters long. After a preliminary sedimentation, you put the wastewater in it, and the water travels in the pool for 24 hours. The dimensions should be arranged accordingly. The pool is filled with sand, and the water flows through the sand, being purified and comes out. On the top of the sand layer, you need to plant some sort of plants which have high water consumption. The plant roots oxidate, and the sand makes the very slow flow rate makes a perfect sedimentation. That's how it works. And this is again a wastewater treatment project which can easily be done by anyone. And this is how it looks like. Other training projects can be realized by project clubs, of course. The main problem, the main challenge in water projects is sustainability. That is maybe the first thing that our clubs should be aware of before attempting for such a water project. Sustainability problems may include operation or maintenance of the system, which is in most cases possible to prevent by training the benefiting committee or preferring those systems which do not include mechanical sheaves or electrical aspects. The sustainability problems can come out from non-awareness of the benefiting community. This is something being experienced in many parts of the water world. And finally, maybe the first thing is to be careful about the sustainability of the resources. Otherwise, you may come up with such a solution, such a result. This well is not working because of it is dry. Of course, not having Rotarians in every club who are dealing with water business makes us to cooperate with other organizations. From these organizations we can get engineering services and expertise and experience, and we can cooperate them with on the managing and conducting the project. And of course, a financial partnership is something necessary. And creating awareness and training the community can be a subject for a partnership, because those organizations may have, in some cases, very good relations with the benefiting community. And I would like to invite all Rotarians all over the world to supply water and supply health to many people in need all over the world. Thank you.